So this is the first ever League meeting between the teams. There was a previous FA Cup encounter in 2022 with Ipswich winning by a single goal thanks to a strike from Lucy O'Brien. The Newcastle United team flew down to Stansted Airport yesterday. They'll return back to the northeast via coach after today's game. And Aoife Mannion turns in a tight area. He gets the ball upfield where it was met by Boswell. Free kick given against Boswell, so an early opportunity for Ipswich Town to apply some pressure from a set play. And Boswell is standing over the ball. Femke Liefting takes full command of her penalty area. Mitchell. Here's Boswell again. And all the way back to Negri. Mannion trying to hold up Dean. No chance maybe for Newcastle to assert themselves. Play answers the referee. The referee just halts play for a moment. Well, Fred Gregory, I think he's going to be okay to carry on. Well, Claire Ditchburn has got previous experience in management, having had charge in the past of Durham. She worked as assistant to Becky Langley and has also worked previously at Everton. Freya Gregory is back on her feet and ready to return to the action. Takes receipt of the ball and gets it wide to Mitchell. Demi Stokes claimed that the ball came off an Ipswich opponent and the throw is given the way of Newcastle United. Stokes, a very, very experienced player, having won 3 FA Cups previously with Manchester City. Gregory getting herself back into the action. She's recently been away on international duty with Scotland. Steady work by Lucia Body, then she shrugged off the ball. And now Liam Mitchell. To Liefting. Femke lifting the Dutch goalkeeper. Here's Gregory, unable to take control of the ball though, and some neat skill by Mitchell gets Ipswich Town moving forward into the Newcastle half of the field, and then the ball that was aimed out wide is inaccurate. Here's Boswell. And Mitchell. Gregory made the challenge. Cooper. Free kick given away of Newcastle after some sturdy play by Alicia Body, challenged by Fleming. Jordan Nobbs unable to get the ball under her spell. She'll try again though, and gets the ball up wide to Gregory with Stokes in support, and in a good crossing position. Cleared away though, only momentarily. Nobbs unable to get the ball under full control, and Stokes plays the ball back into her own half of the field. Here is Jordan Nobbs with some space to operate in. Mannion. And then again with Cooper square. It's up towards Nobbs, who played a first time ball that was blocked. Here's Fleming for Ipswich Town. Woodlawn with the throw for Newcastle United. So referee given there a free kick in favour of Newcastle United, much to the aghast of the Ipswich Town players. Savenius trying to burst forward, but Charlotte Fleming stayed tight to her. Ipswich Town are packing their defence as they prepare to face the first real attacking set play of the game, which Freya Gregory is presiding over. They certainly found it difficult to the Ipswich defence against Birmingham from corners and free kick routines, as Jordan Nobbs clips the ball in. And that represents a fairly routine clearance for Leah Mitchell. Finding the winning formula is Joe Sheehan's biggest challenge, with just that one win out of 6 games in WSL 2 so far this season. Came against Portsmouth 3 games ago. And the last time league game saw Birmingham City win at the Jobsurf Stadium by 4-0. So Demi Stokes with the Newcastle United throw-in what's been a fairly quiet opening period to the game. Gregory chasing. Mitchell's the covering defender for Ipswich Town and has done well. And then, probably that's as tight and offside as you're ever likely to see it. To the point that Rihanna Dean is perplexed. From a Newcastle United perspective, that's probably as high a line as anybody can play at any level of football. Savenius unable to keep the ball in play. And Summer Hughes will take the throw for Ipswich Town. Savenius trying to make her presence felt and conceding a free kick in the process against Kyra Robertson. An opening here for Ipswich Town as the ball was played into a very dangerous area by Sophie Pescott. And Rihanna Dean certainly appreciated the intentions. Lifting the Newcastle keeper alive to the danger though. Forward by Nobbs, and Hales playing it down the centre. Here's an opportunity as Molly Pike gets the ball out wide to Savenius. Can Savenius find room for a shot? She can, she gets the ball onto her left foot. And the goal attempt took a deflection. And Newcastle United have their first corner. Well, Savenius, the Finnish international, was eager to carve out that opportunity and switch play onto her left side. And in doing so, saw her shot take a deflection away from goal and behind for the game's first corner. It's a packed 6-yard box. Good goalkeeping from Natalia Negri rather. Negri catching the ball extremely well there with so many players in and around her. Pescott, who had that fine run a few moments ago, as she rolled that ball in towards Rihanna Dean for the first opening of the game, really, which has not really seen too much in the way of goal-scoring opportunities. Apart from a few moments ago when Runa Savenius, the Finland international, carved an opportunity on the right side of the box. Hales to get the ball up wide to Pike. Here's Jordan Nobbs. Nobbs again in the Newcastle engine room. But that ball is cut out by Liam Mitchell and cleared forward by Negri. Just can't make it stick though. Mannion to get the ball out wide. Body's calling for the ball, but it goes back into the Newcastle half. Is Deanna Cooper. Stokes to a left and then option right for Mannion. No foul, says the referee, as Savenius looked to turn. And the ball's back with Natalia Negri. Gregory's trying to make her presence felt and has done well there as Nobbs moves inside the Ipswich Town penalty area. Cleared away though to Jenna Dia. Aimed towards Gregory. So a free kick to Ipswich Town with Paige Peake standing over the ball. Score of the winning goal in Ipswich Town's only WSL2 win of the season thus far against Portsmouth. Cooper back to Leifting. Leifting going long. And held up well initially by Hales, and the ball has come back into Ipswich Town possession. Here's Earl. Nolan has done well to get goal side of her mark, and she's got three to look for in the middle as Earl cuts the ball back inside, and decisive defending from Demi Stokes to get the ball away. Hales again unable to turn but was impeded. It's often a feature of a game, Shania Hales. Not only can she score goals, got 15 last season, but holding the play up and bringing others into the action. Manion's free kick is Cooper. Mannion. Cooper. Kept in play by Gregory. All the way back by Cooper to Leifting. One in the air by Pesquet. Now Pesquet to run Demi Stokes, and the delivery is a little bit deep but can be retrieved by Hughes. Unless Hughes won a corner. No, the flag was already up before Summer Hughes was able to get the ball into the middle. She's made the left full back position her own. Summer Hughes, the Ipswich Town full back. Lifting, getting decent distance on the goal kick, but Mitchell and Natalia Negri can get the situation under full control with no opponent anywhere near them. It's gone back to Negri. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell once again. It's a long ball which Dean is after. No risks taken there by Deanna Cooper. Second season as a Newcastle player for Deanna Cooper. Mitchell's been involved in the game in different areas, which is 21 minutes old, nearly 22 minutes old, still goalless as Mitchell and Gregory battle it out. I'm sure Gregory holds firm and then effects a decent clearance up the field. Mitchell's throw for Ipswich Town. Well, maybe an opening here as the cross from Robertson is blocked. Ipswich Town now have their first corner at the midway point in the first half, still 0-0. Maddie Earle with the corner for Ipswich Town. And there are 7 to look for inside that penalty area, and Dean trying to divert the ball towards goal. Sturdy defending though by Newcastle United. Peter Ramage is the assistant to Claire Ditchfield with his modern screen. But so far his Newcastle United side have only fashioned one opportunity that fell to Una Savenius as she switched on the right side of the area onto her left foot and saw a shot deflect wide for a corner that was unproductive. The only real opening for Ipswich Town so far came when Sophie Pescott found room down the right, but she was just unable to pick out striker Rihanna Dean in the middle. Cooper. Won well by Boswell. Mitchell closed down, and here's Gregory with some room to operate in. 2 in support. Gregory fires the ball into the centre. But Negri was able to take the ball in her midriff. Pescott Aiming to make some ground down the Ipswich right. Here's Gregory. Forward by Stokes. Here's Stokes for Newcastle United. Mannion. Taking the reverse ball from Body. Intercepted by Pesquet. This is Fleming. Body it wide to Gregory, who's aiming to take on Mitchell for pace. And there's a two due for the ball by the byline. The free kick is given the way of Ipswich Town. With determination shown by both players. But ultimately, Gregory was adjudged to have impeded Mitchell. And Negri will dispatch the free kick long. Back by Cooper and Leafting, showing close control abilities. Hales flicking the ball forward. Mitchell sending it up into the air. Cooper out wide to Stokes. Gregory offering herself wide left, and it's back inside to Stokes. And Stokes will get the ball up towards Hales, who's taking the ball towards the left side. Back to Gregory again. Hales to Stokes with a neat turn. Back in towards Hales. Gregory again battling to keep the ball alive for Newcastle United, but in stepped Waring. And some excellent wing play from Pesquet. Reverse ball though, not what was intended. Gregory. Mannion. Out to Wardlow. Savenius winning a throw-in. Wardlow to take for Newcastle United. Charlotte Wardlow being told to retreat a couple of paces by Abby Dearden, the match official. Peak back to Negri. Cleared just in the nick of time. Hooked over ahead by Pesquet. Cooper. Mannion back to Cooper. And the pass out towards Stokes was inaccurate. So 1 shot on goal for Ipswich Town, 2 for Newcastle. Only 1 on target though, which came from Freya Gregory's dart inside the penalty area, but the effort was straight into the clutches of the Ipswich keeper, Natalia Negri. As Deanna Cooper gets the ball back to keeper Leafting. Ball from Leafting. Mitchell Lowe for Ipswich Town to get the ball back to Negri. Mitchell all the way back to Negri. Wardlaw with some excellent control. Savenius able to spin away down the flank for Newcastle. Challenge coming in from Fleming. Jordan Nobbs, and then turned up wide towards Gregory. Stokes with a decent delivery. Mannion to keep possession for Newcastle United as Cooper gets it inside towards Nobbs and up towards Stokes. Back to Nobbs once more, the former England international with 71 caps. Gregory again showing flair on the left wing for Newcastle United, and a shooting opportunity here for Hales, which will get another opportunity. And Savenius got the ball back into a dangerous area. Ipswich Town's goal survives. Great work by Mannion to win the ball back for Newcastle United. Nobbs up towards Hales. Nobbs thought that Gregory had advanced forward. And Shania Hales passed the ball to Savenius, whose effort was a rising one, and it needed 2 attempts for Natalia Negri to claw the ball away. Mannion. And Savenius is in pursuit, but again, Negri, the Ipswich Town goalkeeper, first to the ball. So coming up to 35 minutes gone here at the JobServe Community Stadium, where it's staying goalless. Shania Hales, can she find room for a shot? She can. And it took a deflection off Paige Peak and behind for a Newcastle corner. But the openings are beginning to appear for Newcastle United. Hales still to score this season in WSL 2. 15 at this level last season. Jordan Nobbs with the Newcastle United corner. The previous one was easily dealt with by the Ipswich Town defence. But this one is in towards the far post area. And the header came in off target. (1,396) have come to the JobServe Community Stadium for this game. And we're still goalless. Coming up towards the last 9 minutes of the first period. But Newcastle United have really asked the questions in the last 10 minutes or so. With their attacking players putting pressure on the Ipswich goal. A couple of efforts from Ernest Savenius and an opening for Johnny Hales. So a free kick to Ipswich Town, which Maria Boswell is standing over. Mannion poking the ball forward, one back though for Ipswich Town. Summer Hughes is the furthest player forward for Ipswich Town until Charlotte Wardlow intervened. Now a chance for Newcastle United to come forward with Jordan Nobbs advancing and finding Freya Gregory. Shooting chance here for Gregory. Goes for goal near post. More good goalkeeping from Natalia Negri, who positioned herself superbly well and kept Newcastle at bay again. Jordan Nobbs had plenty of freedom to burst forward, lots of space to move into, and got the ball into Gregory's path. But the Ipswich Town goalkeeper Natalia Negri, who has been a candidate for saves of the month in the first couple of months of the new WSL2 season, has shown her worth again. Driving run forward from Nobbs and a delicate ball and room for Gregory to set herself for the shot. The good positioning from Negri and sharp reactions. Hales. Jenna Deere was yellow carded a few moments ago as Deanna Cooper gets the ball back to Aoife Mannion. Mannion out wide to Cooper again and return to Leifting. Now here's Johnny Hales, and the ball is played wide and turned in by Jordan Nobbs. And the ball's in the back of the net. And celebrations for Johnny Hales as Newcastle United break the deadlock. Well, who will the goal be credited to? Hales switching the ball in towards Jordan Nobbs, and the shot into the middle, and Hales definitely got the final touch for her first WSL 2 goal of the season. 15 last season. Her accounts opened in 25-26 as Ipswich Town 0, Newcastle United 1. Well, eventually for Newcastle United, all of the attacking play and chances created have reaped benefit. Here is Nobbs. Mannion. Shawnee Hales is being officially credited with the goal that divides the two sides, as Jordan Nobbs was the architect of it, with a ball driven in from the left, but Shell's just getting that touch to it to divert it into the back of the net, although there is suggestion that Paige Peake could have had the last touch, the Ipswich Town central defender. Well, whoever's going to be credited with a goal, Newcastle won't really care. I'm sure that Paige Peake, the Ipswich Town central defender, won't want ownership of it. But Shawnee Hales, I'm convinced, would do. And if she didn't, then Jordan Nobbs certainly would. Hales has done well once more. Here's Jordan Nobbs picking up the loose ball. Now Freya Gregory for Newcastle United with a ball long, which Savenius is chasing after and keeping in play. Molly Pike unable to keep hold of the ball. And the free kick given the way of Ipswich Town. There's still a bit of debate going on as to who should be officially credited with the goal. Jordan Nobbs playing an integral part in it. The driven ball in from the left of the box, and the big debate is now, did the final touch come off striker Shawnee Hales or the Ipswich Town centre-back Paige Peake? Here's Summer Hughes for Ipswich Town. Mannion at walking pace. Cooper out wide to Stokes. Well, the board will go up for stoppage time at the end of the opening 45 minutes. And we've just got a single minute of play as Leah Mitchell takes the throw in. Mitchell's throw is flicked on by Deer. Pescott can't make any further progress with the ball being put out of play by Cooper. And Deer is blocked by Gregory. And the play hadn't resumed properly. And will do now with Mitchell. Cooper to play the ball out of defence. His body for Newcastle United. Cooper again. Blows the whistle, and we're underway for the second period with Newcastle United in their familiar black and white striped shirts, attacking the goal away to our right. Wardlaw playing the ball back to Mannion, and hitting the ball long out of defence. Touched on by Hales. Played inside by Pike, and the ball deflecting away off Robertson for a first corner of the second half for Newcastle United. So Freya Gregory with the Newcastle United corner. And the ball is cleared away. And although Joe Sheehan didn't make any interval changes, he is telling his bench to warm up just in case. He does select to make an early second half change. Here's Alicia Body. Out wide to Charlotte Wardlow. Deanna Cooper. And now Demi Stokes. Cooper playing the ball all the way back to Lefting. Hasn't really had a save to make as yet. Only routine work for the Dutch goalkeeper in the first half. Aoife Mannion. Hale's scorer of the game's only goal so far to Body. That wide to Wardlow. Mannion. Through the gap to Body. A neat change of direction by Body and broadening the play. Savenius for Newcastle United. This is a really good move that's being pieced together by the away side as Nobbs and Wardlaw exchange passes. It's back to Nobbs again, and there are four to look for in the middle. And the ball eludes everybody, with Freya Gregory arriving at the far post as the ball came across. Put forward by Stokes. Hales after it. So too Gregory. The initial shot came in from Savenius. Good first touch by Nobbs, but then showing too much of the ball to her opponent, and now a deep turn in field. And then ball given away by Megan Waring. Here's Molly Pike for Newcastle United. Inside to Jordan Nobbs. Pike's continuing to run forward. Hooks the ball into the far post area. A chance for Hales. She's made it 2. After the ball was unselfishly played square by Freya Gregory. And with 5 minutes of the second half gone, Newcastle United get a grip of the game with a second goal of the afternoon for Shania Hales. Molly Pike got the ball into the danger area. Gregory with a touch into the centre. And a neat finish from short range by Hales. Doubling her tally in the game and for the season as well. Ipswich Town 0, Newcastle United 2. It's going to be a very difficult test now for Ipswich Town to raise the level to get themselves back into the game. So far, they haven't really put the Newcastle defence under any real type of pressure. But Joe Sheehan, the manager, is thinking of a change. Certainly, Claire Ditchburn will be happy with the way that it's going so far in her first WSL 2 game in charge. Ipswich Town, I think, are going to make a double switch when play comes to a halt. It looks as though Grace Neville and Ruby Doe are going to be the players who come on. It looks as though Paige Peake is going to try her luck with a long-range free kick. And Peake bending it in. It's fumbled by Lefting momentarily, and it needs a goal line clearance. Has the ball crossed the line? It has. And from that bending free kick from Paige Peake, the ball ultimately crosses the line. Jenna Deere is receiving the congratulations. But Famke Lefting, the Newcastle United goalkeeper, was unable to take a grip of the ball. Peake's free kick over the wall. Lefting thought she had it under control. It squirmed from her grasp. And then it was touched forward. First time, well, it was actually Kira Robertson, I think, who touched the ball forward. Aoife Mannion was the player on the line. And Cameron Robertson is going to be given the goal. So, Newcastle United thinking that they had a real grip on the game, and all of a sudden Ipswich Town are back into it. Robertson was one of the players who Joe Sheehan was thinking of taking off prior to that free kick. Now Ipswich Town continue with their attack. It's Jenna Deere is unable to take receipt of the ball on the edge of the box. Well, Cara Robertson is being credited with a goal. The former Norwich City player in her 5th season as an Ipswich Town player. So Newcastle United in possession and still leading by a goal to nil. So by a single goal, two goals to one. 2-goal margin eroded with that goal a few moments ago. Credited to Cara Robertson. And then finding herself forward, and then the ball cleared away. Turned forward. Certainly visibly lifted the Ipswich Town players as Pescott tries to make ground down the wing and Gregory held her up. I think the Ipswich Town fans are suggesting that there was a shirt tug in there. They should have been called back for a free kick, but we didn't view it that way. Deanna Cooper for Newcastle United. Fred Gregory. Savanius lets the ball run. Here's Jordan Nobbs. Savanius. Good hold up play by Hales. Alicia Body. And now Gregory. Certainly causing a degree of problem for the Newcastle players attacking the goal away to our right in the second half, as was illustrated there by Demi Stokes trying to shield the rays from her eyes. Molly Pike shrugged up the ball by Summer Hughes. Played by Cooper. Warren lets the ball run. I think that Ipswich are going to make 3 alterations. Josh Sheehan must have all sorts of thoughts going through his mind. He was going to make a double switch prior to that free kick that led to Ipswich halving the deficit. And now the ball whipped in by Pesquet and then way over the crossbar from Fleming. Thomas is coming on. Cara Robertson, who's credited with the goal, makes way for Ruby Doe. The Earl is also making way as Grace Neville comes into the action. And Natasha Thomas, the 3rd Ipswich player, coming on in this movement. I think it's Liam Mitchell who's made way. Strange how a set of circumstances can really alter the complexion of the game. When the second goal was hit by Shania Hales, I think that Newcastle would have felt they'd got a proper grip on the game. And then that bending free kick that came in from Paige Pig that was fumbled by the keeper. allowed a goal-mouth scramble and a goal credited to Kenny Robertson. As the ball comes in from Gregory, and a shot into the back of the net. Scored by Molly Pike, her second goal of the season. And Newcastle United now restore their 2-goal winning margin. The goal coming on the hour, and a clean strike from Molly Pike, former Southampton and Leicester player. Freya Gregor has been lively all afternoon. Foot on the ball, a step over, finding room to get the cross in. Came off the head of Savenius, but a clean first-time strike from Pike. And well away from Natalia Negri. And it's 3-1 to Newcastle United. So from Claire Ditchburn's point of view, she'll probably be ordering her players just to keep steady for the next 5-10 minutes or so in order to get used to having a 2-goal advantage again. Bonnie winning the ball and then winning the challenge. Played forward by Thomas. Ipswich Town are not too downbeat about having fallen further behind again. Jordan Nobbs has been superb at times today for Newcastle United as she gets the ball to Savenius, who's being forced back towards her own goal by Hughes. Mannion turning and then getting the ball back to Leifting. Card for Molly Pike. So having hit the back of the net, she also finds herself in the referee's notebook as well. Boswell with a free kick for Ipswich. Cleared away by Savenius. Ball was held up momentarily by Dean and switched out to the right, but it's too far for Grace Neville. Looks like Newcastle are going to make their first change of the afternoon. Let's see, Body is the player who's being withdrawn for Newcastle United. Emily Murphy comes into the game. So Demi Stokes to get the game back in motion again. Megan Waring, I think, is going to be coming on for Ipswich Town shortly. Fleming with a throw into the Newcastle penalty area, met in the air by Cooper, hooked away by Gregory. The one with the big hat is Megan Waring's father, we believe. Here's Freya Gregory for Newcastle United with some more skill and wing wizardry. And looking to usher the ball inside for Demi Stokes. Only partially cleared though. And coming in on goal, which doesn't really trouble Negri to any great extent. Throw taken by Summer Hughes. Here's Thomas. And allowing the ball to run behind the line. The new zones of control will suggest that the midfield areas have been pretty predominant from a Newcastle United point of view. Here's Peak for Ipswich Town. Very well held up by Sophie Pesquet. Pesquet turning again. She's certainly been lively down that right side for Ipswich Town until the ball goes harmlessly behind for a Newcastle goal kick. Andrew Waring is the gentleman behind the flag with the big hat on, with the drum, making plenty of noise and creating lots of atmosphere. I think the gentleman below him is not necessarily over enamoured at times, judging by his expression. Summer Hughes holding firm, but then conceding a free kick as substitute Emily Murphy goes to ground. Well, it gives the opportunity for both managers to offer words of wisdom as we approach the midway point in this second half, with Newcastle United leading by 3-1. 2 goals ahead through the double Shania Hale's strike that was halved when Kyra Robertson was judged to have steered the ball over the line after a fumble by keeper Leifting, despite Aoife Mannion being on the line. But Molly Pike's second goal of the campaign has given Newcastle United that 2-goal buffer back, as Peter Ramage and Claire Ditchburn are deep in conversation. We've got some big games coming up, have Newcastle United. A fortnight's time we'll see a bumper crowd at the Gateshead Stadium for the Tyne-Wear derby. Emily Murphy still receiving treatment. Megan Waring is going to come on for Charlotte Fleming for the remainder of the game. Jeff Sykes, her dad, with the beat of the drum you can probably hear in the background. So Jordan Nobbs with the free kick for Newcastle United, really beginning to settle into life in the northeast. A Stockton-born girl, but spending the majority of her career with Arsenal, where she had so much success and had a really productive spell at Aston Villa as well. But certainly a player who adds so much class to WSL too. Murphy's okay to resume. So another opportunity for Newcastle United to put pressure on the Ipswich defence from a set play. Mannion will roll the ball into Nobbs, who gets the ball out wide to Gregory. Is she going to think about a shot? She is, which deflects. Cleared away. And now Ipswich with a chance to bring the play inside the Newcastle half of the field with Pesquet appearing on the left this time. Boswell. Hit long by Peake. Aimed out wide towards Boswell, if she can keep it in play, which she can't. That's a foul throw by Demi Stokes, one of the most experienced players on the pitch. Taken by Neville. And then Demi Stokes with a chance to redeem herself. Absolute top quality player in WSL2, Demi Stokes. She will know as well as everybody. Both feet on the ground, hold of the ball over the back of your head. Claire Ditchburn and Peter Ramage are just over 17 minutes away from a victory in their first WSL2 game in charge. Unless Ipswich Town can fashion something late on. And that certainly looked a greater attacking threat in this second half. As Jordan Nobbs takes control of the ball again. Stokes. Gregory. Playing the ball down the line. Only Pike was after it and forcing the throw. With the ball coming off Ruby Doe. Stokes. Here's Charlotte Wardlow. Aoife Mannion. Sylvanius goes to ground. And the challenge from Megan Waring. The Finnish international gets back to her feet very quickly. Wardlow with the free kick back to Mannion. Newcastle happy to go from back to middle in order to piece their attacks together. Savenius penalised free kick Ipswich. Boswell is going to go long with this free kick. There are 6 Ipswich players towards the right side of the area. It's gone central though. And Lifting comes and claims the ball close to the 18-yard line. Mannion to Wardlow. Long by Lifting. Savenius with a quick throw. Murphy is able to get the ball over. Hales, hat-trick hunting. Pike unable to find room. Maybe a chance for Thomas to bring the ball forward for Ipswich Town. And here's an opportunity which sees Funke Lifting feeling the ball. It's probably the best attempt that Ipswich have had in the second half, with some good centre forward play there by Rihanna Dean. And she wasn't far away from adding to a 3-goal tally. There's still work for Newcastle United to do if they're to take the 3 points back to the northeast. Here's Jenadia for Ipswich, and a clip ball in, which is headed away by Mannion, only to the edge of the box. Gregory can effect the clearance up towards halfway. Hales aiming to hold the ball up though. Back come Ipswich. Dean gets the ball wide, it's into the centre. Thomas was trying to make something of it. Clear. Ditchburn is preparing to make a double change. And Kelly and Beth Lumsden will be brought into the action very shortly. Here's Waring. Turned back by Doe into her own half. Peak. Too long for Summer Hughes. Murphy in towards Pike. Hughes for Ipswich Town. Jenadia turning and then playing the ball too long. There's activity on both benches. As the yellow card is shown to Ruby Doe. So 10 minutes for Newcastle United to claim what will be a second away win of the season and the second in total in WSL2 this campaign. Free kick whipped in by Nobbs. Looks as though Gregory and Hales are going to be the players that will make way for Kelly and Lumsden when there is a break in play. As the ball goes off Natasha Thomas. Long by Boswell, and maybe a chance now for the changes to be made by the Newcastle United management duo.
Substitutions for Newcastle United, replacing number 11, Freya Gregory, with number 26, Beck Lumsden.
Freya Gregory has played her part in this Newcastle United success so far. Lively throughout. As Emma Kelly prepares to make her entrance into the game. Well, Shani Hales, her first goals of the campaign, a double, one in each half. Goes down by Mannion. And the ball gets Ipswich Town on the front foot. And we've got players inside the area here. 2 to aim for and 3 to aim for in the centre. Retrieved by Peak, all the way back to Negri. The ball actually crossed the far touchline. Ipswich are going to make their final change. Ruby Seaby is in the technical area, waiting for her entrance into the game. Out of her area comes Negri to clear the ball long downfield.
Substitution for Ipswich Town, replacing number 3, Summer Hughes.
So Summer Hughes is the player who makes way. And Ruby Seaby will play out the remaining 6.5 minutes or so. Nobbs with the ball down the wing, and Newcastle have got 3 up in support in the centre if the ball can be crossed over. It was a driving run from Beth Lumsden, but ultimately couldn't get the better of Maria Boswell. Looks like Jordan Nobbs is going to go for an in-swinger. And Swung a little bit too much, really, just up and over. Not that she'll be too bothered. She's been absolutely brilliant at times for Newcastle United this afternoon, with dominance in the midfield areas and hands in the goals as well. Stokes playing the ball forward to Lumsden. There's room here for Demi Stokes. She's not far away. She hasn't scored this season, but she wasn't far away on that occasion. Taking the ball from Beth Lumsden and then working the opportunity for the strike on a favoured left foot. Just rising though. Savenius taking his central route and finding support. Here's Murphy. Momentarily blocked. Wardlow. Pike. Here's Kelly. Decent run from CB. Final ball though didn't come to anything. Ball by Molly Pike to get Newcastle United on the front foot. It's played wide by Lumsden. Here's Molly Pike again, score of Newcastle's third goal. This is the referee. Dean. Sturdy defensive work for Newcastle by Mannion. Cooper's clearance only partial. Kelly getting the ball wide towards Murphy. Kelly. And now Nobbs. Played back by Savenius to Mannion. I think they'll be having 6 added minutes at the end of this encounter. It looks as though Claire Ditchburn and Peter Ramage are going to guide their Newcastle United side to the first win in 6. Newcastle United winning the opening game of the campaign away at Nottingham Forest. Still time for Ipswich Town to make an inroad. Just open up for Grace Neville on the right side of the Newcastle area. Deanna Cooper with some solid defensive work. Brianna Dean and ball crossed in from Neville. That ball stay in play, it will. Emily Murphy's got Molly Pike making a run to her right. Too far for Ruby Seaby. Well, looks like only one win in 7 for Joe Sheehan in WSL2. And back-to-back home defeats, with a loss last week against Birmingham City, or last time out against Birmingham City. Mannion with a clearance and confirmation of those 6 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this game, as Jordan Nobbs gets the ball forward for Newcastle and then takes the reverse. And there's space down the right for Emily Murphy. She might even go for goal. The angle's fairly tight. Defending, though, was good by Paige Peak, getting tight to her opponent and deflecting the ball behind for the Newcastle corner. And as you may expect, with a 3-1 away advantage, there's no imminent haste to get the ball delivered. Beth Lumsden. Cleared. I think Gemma Perfield and Yasmin McQuaid are going to be coming on for the final few seconds of the game, as it's looped into the far post area for another Newcastle United goal in stoppage time. And scored by substitute Emily Murphy. 4 away goals for Newcastle United. And the second goal of the season for Emily Murphy, as Beth Lumsden clipped the ball up into an inviting area. And craning her neck, Emily Murphy was able to direct the ball beyond Natalia Negri to make it 4-1. And as Molly Pike leaves the field of play, and Yasmin McQuaid will come on for the final 4 minutes, with Demi Stokes, the player, departing. I think that the Newcastle United players are looking at an 8, maybe 9-hour coach journey back to the northeast of England, but it's a journey I'm sure they'll enjoy to a large extent, with the second win of the campaign, the second away victory of the season confirmed. And what a good start to league management for Claire Ditchburn in interim charge, but she and Peter Ramage have masterminded an away success which could get even better, with an opportunity for a strike on goal and just wide from Yasmin McQuaid, who's only been in the action for 90 seconds and was presented with a goal scoring opportunity which she fired wide. McQuaid with an initial touch with the right foot and a shot that was only marginally to the right of Natalia Negri's post. Shirt took there by Megan Waring, that I think is going to earn her a yellow card. Wardlow. Mannion cutting inside. Wardlow's ball is aimed towards Savenius. Behind by Peak for a Newcastle United throw-in in the closing stages of the game. It's Charlotte Wardlow with the throw-in for Newcastle United, which they can probably afford to take long with this 3-goal winning margin and only 30 seconds or so remaining. Bouncing awkwardly. Headed forward by Mannion. McQuaid in towards Nobbs. 6 minutes have been played, but there's still maybe time for another attempt on goal for Newcastle. Jordan Nobbs! Not far away for making it 5. And that really would have rounded off a fine individual and collective performance by Newcastle United, with Nobbs being one of the standout players. And she timed her own well, and a right-footed shot that flew wide of the target, but it's probably going to be the last act of the game because of the Jobs Community Stadium. Newcastle United